Howdy y'all, welcome to another week of numbers. Before we get started, we're going to talk about my mistake. Last week in week 5, my math was wrong. I had took out something else that I wasn't supposed to take out here. So the fixed cost left me with $1718.25, not $1468.25. I made a boo-boo. Whoops. Thanks Chuck for pointing that out. I had taken out one of the house bills or something or another, and I wasn't supposed to. I appreciate you pointing that out to me because I try to get them right. Alright, let's get on with the video. Alright, here we go. We got our numbers ready. I think it looks a little bit neater this week than what they've been looking. Alright, here we go. Advanced trucking numbers, week number 6. We have 5 loads. Load 1, Florida to Mississippi, 420 miles, 42,500 pounds, $1,050. Load number 2, Mississippi to Texas, 377 miles, 42,000 pounds, $900. Load number 3, Texas to Mississippi, 370 miles, 43,000 pounds, $900. Load number 4, Mississippi to Georgia, 493 miles, 20,000 pounds, $1,200. Load number 5, Georgia to Louisiana with 3 stops. That was the tractor load. 783 miles, 20,000 pounds, $1,700. That's 2,443 pay miles, 167,500 pounds of merchandise, $5,750 gross. Take out advances 15%, that is $862.50. That leaves us with $4887.50. Now over here are our variable expenses. We fueled up 4 times. Yep, I had to put an extra fuel in there at the end of the week. I went ahead and filled it all the way up and got my DEF because I knew I was on a better week, and it really paid off the next week. So altogether we used 546 gallons. We had 3 scales, one in Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. We had some DEF. Altogether, our variables came up to $1,833.50. Oh, but like I say, it paid toward the end of the week. This last one, this 425, was the one that went in mostly on the next week for running. All right, so we take our variables out, $1,833.50. That leaves us $3,054 for. Next we have to take out the fixed cost, and that's $1,100 roundabout. So that leaves us with approximately $1,954 for the bring home for the week. I like it a lot. All right, now let's break it down. Breakdown time. Total miles 2870, pay miles 2443. Deadhead was 427 miles. That makes 14.9%. Not too bad. A lot better than what it was at Schneider. Fuel, 546 gallons. We got 5.25 miles to the gallon, but like I say, that would have been up from that because I had to get the other fuel in there. Our discount for our fuel for the week was $190.05. Like I said, it was 167,500 pounds of merchandise, which brought our average weight per load to 33,500. That means we grossed, for every mile we drove, $2 per mile. We netted 68 cents a mile. That would have been a little bit higher, like I say, like a broken record if it wasn't for the last fuel, but I went ahead and did it because it really made sense for me that week. So there is the week's numbers. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Now I'm fixing to do a little 6-week review, kind of put all of them together and see what we come up with. Alright, catch you in about 2 seconds. Howdy y'all. Alright, I am back. And here is our board of gobbledygook. Numbers everywhere. Numbers everywhere. Okay, that's enough of that. So this is what I have put together for you for a comparison. Long of it, short of it. I averaged $15.43.76 per week bring home. $1.99 per mile, all miles. 70 cents bring home per mile, all miles. Okay, now we got that out of the way. For those of you that like to look at the numbers and see them yourself, let's see if we can do it. I separated it into 6 weeks, see, each week, and we go across. Total miles, pay miles, deadhead, fuel, miles per gallon, discount for the week, pounds, gross, and net. And then down here I kind of broke it down. So week 1, 1870 pay miles, 1870 total miles, 1755 on the pay miles, 115 miles deadhead, and so forth and so on. Woo, that's a lot to talk about. I mean, I don't know if y'all really want to hear me go through it all, because y'all went through all these weeks. I just wanted to put these numbers here in case you guys wanted to screenshot them and look over them. This is my first 6 weeks at Advanced Trucking. That's what we did each week on all the vital numbers. And down here at the bottom, we'll go ahead and go over it. We had 13,210 miles, 11,094 pay miles. So that's 2,201 miles average weekly. 1,849 average pay miles weekly. Our deadhead was 2,116 miles. That's 16% deadhead. That's not too bad. That's a heck of a lot better than what I had to do at Snyder most weeks. Alright, now over here, our fuel. We use 1,919 gallons of fuel. Come up to about 6.88 miles per gallon. Now, for 6 weeks, we got $609.97 from our fuel discount program. Now, that was a total of 620,000 pounds of merchandise, which brought it down to about 29,562 average per load. That's not a bad average. So we made gross $26,375. We netted $9,262.60. That's $1.99 per mile gross, 70 cents per mile net. $1,543.76 per week average bring home. Now, this just shows me where I can improve. Now, I have bad weeks on here. You see, there's a 59, there's 61, 59. This was actually a good paying week, but I ran my tail off. The next week is pretty good. I'll go ahead and tell you. Week 7 was pretty awesome, but y'all will see it next week. And hopefully they'll continue to get better. See, I'm dealing with these brokers, and I'm going through this thing of I'm having to position my truck in certain places. And it's kind of thrown me off this week, especially when I had a load cancel. But, you know, my hopes are to find a broker close to me going out regular. See, the new broker I tried this week, they're not going to have loads to the same place every week. They'll have loads, but they won't be going to the same place. Now, I have a broker that's a little bit cheaper, but I'll be going to the same place all the time, and that'll allow me to find a broker on the other end to come back. That's my ultimate goal, but I don't know. Money talks, and everything else walks. So when you're in business, you're in business to make money. But see, I intend on being home a certain amount. So my numbers may not be up to some other people's numbers, but that's all right. This is how I run it. I get home multiple times a week. I get home from a 34. Matter of fact, this load right now I'm going home, be home about 2 o'clock tomorrow evening, on Friday evening. And I won't leave back out till about 4 or 5 o'clock on Monday morning. And that's pretty cool if you ask me. I mean, especially if I'm going to have a $5,000 week. I could have got more, but I had to hold this load longer than I wanted to because I got down here in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I had a load with no deadhead lined up, and it canceled on me at the last minute. So I had to get on the board and start scrambling. Luckily, I was able to put something together that still finished up my week pretty good. But everything else, man, was horrible down there. I just couldn't get it to work out. They didn't want to pay, or either they didn't want you to pick it up till tomorrow, or I didn't want to waste a day. Anyway, that is the trials and tribulations of running the load boards. I guess every now and then you'll have one cancel. I've been pretty lucky. Every time I've got a Raycon, they've followed through with it. Alright, so God bless, and we'll catch you on the next ride.